Good evening. All right. What year is it? Oh, good. It's 2000. Phantom Menace on VHS. Jar Jar Binks, y'all. Phone simulation, phone simulation, phone simulation. 2000. Yeah. Sing it with me. Let me hear you. Phone simulation, phone simulation, phone simulation. 2000, yeah. Oh, all right. Not bad. Give it up for your host, Mark Hornback, the well-Hungarian. Well, all right. Phone simulation, phone simulation, phone simulation. 2000, yeah. I'm gonna see you at fun. What? Wash your jeans, bring your notebook, bring your jokes. We got a microphone at the phone simulation, phone simulation, phone simulation. 2000. Thank you so much. You're too kind. Is this thing off? Oh, you're laughing at me. Still counts. 2000, yeah. Phone simulation, yeah.
Yeah, hey everybody, welcome to Fun Simulation 2000. That was our theme song. If you hadn't heard it before, thank you, Kevin McComb. He is bartending he was bartending until 7 o'clock at Reed's today. Reed's opened up indoors at 25% capacity because Chicago can do that now. So that's pretty good. I'm not starting a mic back there in person because I don't want to take up their full capacity with comics that aren't drinking, because that's bad. That's probably COVID for a bar. That's probably if COVID didn't kill a bar, reduced capacity and non-drinking comics will finish off any bar. So I'm not going to do that until things get better. And I also don't want to share microphones with any of you. Zero. None of you I want to share microphones with, and I only own about 3 microphones, which would probably be enough for the entire turnout. I feel like, I don't know. So this is going to be a really fun night. I'm excited for the list. I was really busy with work this week. Does anyone know, has like anything interesting happened in the news or anything? Like any?
No.
There's a new peanut butter guy.
What's that? What?
Yeah. His name is Mike Pence.
Hey.
A new peanut butter guy named Mike Pence. That's that. You know what? Maybe I should start watching the news again. I got kind of. Maybe I'll see what is actually happening. You know what? I would believe that. Like if you told me next Sunday we'd be talking about how Mike Pence is the new peanut butter man, it'll all make sense in 7 days. Like, don't even try to figure it out now. What's the randomization algorithm, Mersenne Twister? It is random.org. I used the random.org site to randomize our list. I don't think it's a good algorithm, but everybody's in random order tonight, so you could sit tightly and know that everyone had the better chance at getting the best spot and the worst spot. What is the best spot? And I'm like, what is it? Is it the second or third spot? What is it? What does everyone say?
I'm a fan of 7.
Just a fan of 7? All right. Well, I'll go through the list real quick. Coming up at number 7 is Ralph Anthony. He's gonna be in the best spot. So sorry, everybody, if you didn't get that. Oh man. Oh, so are we? Is anyone here actually gonna vote this year? Come on, like you're not really gonna vote, right?
I don't know Josh is.
Like, okay, if you're voting for Biden, it's like, but like you know what? Like, I don't know. Vote like I early voted this week, and I want to tell you, it was pretty painless. It only took about 2 seconds to get Bill Gates' microchip inserted into my nose, and now I'm cured of COVID forever. So that's a good reason to do it. So if you're not afraid of getting microchipped, to go vote. If you're very afraid of getting microchipped by Bill Gates, stay home this election. That's all I could say. Is this legal for me to be saying any of these things? I don't know. Take a picture of your ballot. I don't care. Everyone's going to be fucking around in the voting booth this year. I'm going to vote early, I think, or you could vote by early and by mail. They only count at once, right? You could do that. I think. I'm giving bad voting advice. I'm going to have my doorbell ring tomorrow morning very early by some people in suits. I have a feeling. What is going on here? I'm trying to figure out. Oh my God, this list is great. This list is so good. You're going to see comics that are getting 4 minutes. I'm going to stick around to the end for the fastest minute in comedy, which is speed round. Everyone here has done it before. I think nobody's new. So everybody's done it. Stick around to the end. You get a special treat. And I have a special treat, a drink I'm going to be having later. I'll show it to you guys. It's really awesome. Well, I feel like I'm having one of those like Trump trying to act like he's okay, then fighting back, throwing up in the middle of talking. When I'm trying to look as healthy as possible. all these bunks behind me were filled with Secret Service agents, or will be tomorrow. That they're going to be quarantining with me after driving Donald Trump around in front on his little sick kid parade he did today. That was amazing. They brought the fire trucks. They were spraying water over him. They were throwing candy at him. He was throwing candy back. It was great. Did you guys see that? That was great. That was really good. Nope, nobody saw it. That was awesome. His Pope-mobile says Patty Man's back. His Putin-mobile, that's even better. I like that. I do like they should have given him a little sash, you know, that's just like Survivor. Like that's it. Just, all he had to do was keep breathing. He just kept breathing, and he's gonna give himself a fucking medal for this. I guarantee it. Medal on himself next time you see him in the White House. There's gonna be a new medal for all COVID survivors. Oh my God, I can't handle this coming up, and it can't end any sooner. Please, for love of God. Oh man, okay, this is an open mic. I'm gonna go back to the comedy and our first comedian, very funny local performer. Put your hands together for Laura Hogg.
Hey. Well, you know, I'm voting. I'm trying to stay involved. I marched in the Women's March right when Trump got elected. And one of the big things that motivated me to vote was that I feel like women should have agency over their own bodies and reproductive rights. So I was marching for reproductive rights, but not really mine, more like maybe like Patty's or somebody's, because I have about 15 minutes left on the meter, you know? So I'm currently in the longest red tag going out of business sale. There should be one of those like floppy guys, like, you know, waving out in front of my underwear. Okay, that came out weird, but you know, yeah. So it's like I was marching for other. I don't want to brag, but I already had my abortions. Okay, so but you know, I still think I should have agency over my body. Sure, I'm just going to be arguing about storage pretty soon, but you know, I live in an apartment in Chicago, so any extra place to put my shoes is great. Then I was like, you know, how can I try to fight racism? What can I do differently? How can I change the world that are around me? So I was like, I can occupy more Black spaces, right? So one of the things I did is I live near this grocery store. And so I was like, okay, I'm only going to let the Black cashiers wait on me, right? So then I realized afterwards, though, that the grocery store is not owned by Black people. So I'm just going to a white-owned grocery store and only letting the Black people wait on me. So, all right, it's progress, not perfection. Also, sometimes no punchline. Okay, I've been trying to use this time to clean my house. I haven't been very motivated. But what I do find that motivates me is watching like true crime shows, because when they go in someone's house and it's really messy and they've been murdered, I'm like, I don't want that to be the last memory somebody has of me. I mean, they're already hopefully going to be suffering because I was murdered, but also I don't want them to see this craft cabinet I have with like tins full of buttons that I've never used. I mean, they're gonna be like, what? And we don't know why the victim had all these buttons. The weather's cold. Thank you. The weather's colder now, and so my feet get really dry. Not to turn everyone on, but so I mean, if you like Parmesan cheese, I can put some on your pasta. Just let me take my socks off. But so I spend a lot of time in the in the shower pumicing my feet, right? And then my Aunt Darlene is like, "Why do you use a pumice stone? That takes forever. Why don't you just do what I do and use sandpaper?" And I'm like, well, because I would like to draw the line at getting my beauty products at the hardware store. I know the day is coming. Thank you. I'm a vegan, and so I'm always looking for vegan food, and Oreo cookies are like one of my favorite things. They're accidentally vegan, but I struggled with eating too many Oreos before I knew I was helping animals by doing it. And I usually would do it eat them after a show. So I just went out and I bought some Oreo cookies, and I usually way too many. So I only ate 4 this time. And I was so proud of myself for showing restraint that as a reward, I ate the rest of the package. So, all right, that's it for me. Thanks very much.
Yay! Yeah, thank you, Laura Hogg. That was great. I accidentally lit you 15 seconds late, and you still finished right on 4 minutes on the dot. That's a pro right there.
Thanks.
I could drop the ball, and you don't use it as an excuse to run the light for 2 more minutes.
Oh, I'm a hero, you guys.
That's a professional hero. You get a Trump Medal of Honor. You get
and I deserve one.
I don't know. You don't get a Survivor one yet, but Honesty Award. I'm looking for our next comedian. Why does it take me so long to find everybody? Because there's so many people. Our next comedian, very funny comic. Please welcome Alex Avery Jokes. Alex Avery.
Hey, hey. Oh, hey. So I had Laura. Can I give Laura a joke right now? Is that okay? If she doesn't, I totally understand. I was just thinking. So when you were like, you had that joke about you don't want your beauty products to come from the same place as the hardware store. Would it be funny if you were like, I don't want my beauty products to come from the same place that I get my sex toys, the hardware store? Would that? I don't know. All right, that sucks. I'll keep going. Anyway, I don't have jokes. I don't have jokes tonight. I just had a story. I'm very drunk, and I just had a story I wanted to tell tonight. I did this one gig one time in Reno, Nevada, and I can't say what comedy club it is, but if you've ever been to Reno, you know exactly where it is. It's absolutely wonderful, and it's this club that's slightly underground. It has like a stairwell. It goes down, and then there's a double door, and then it goes down again. And so I was outside this comedy club. I was waiting to go up, and I was on the upper level all by myself, completely abandoned. And the sweet tweaker came up to me as I was on the phone arguing with my girlfriend, because that's what we did. That was our love language, fighting. And so I'm on my phone, and we're breaking up. From our relationship, the phone connection was fine, and so the tweaker, he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey man, can I get some, you want to buy some drugs for me, or you want to help me out or whatever?" And I'm just like, "Leave me alone. I don't know you, stranger danger. I'm gay. Leave me alone." And he's just like bothering me. And I'm all like, "Yeah, get away from me." He had a nice Wu-Tang Clan tattoo, so I knew he, liked the same music as me, and that was it. And not saying he was black, but that was part of it. So I was just like, I don't want to be racist. I also just don't want to get killed. Okay, so back off. And so I end up going down the stairwell, and I'm like, I'm trying to go back into the club. Oh, and this is a very fun, important detail, but it was Friday the 13th. It was a full moon, and this is all true. It was Friday the 13th. It was a full moon, and so I I went down the stairwell, and I tried to open one of the double doors. One door was locked. I'm like, that usually happens when it's 2 doors. Usually one of them is locked, the other one's unlocked. Try the other door. That one's also locked. And all right, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm locked out. No big deal. I'll just text somebody. And then I look in the reflection of, because it's those glass doors that are completely black. And I look into the reflection of it, and there's just like the big full moon out. And in the silhouette at the top of the stairs in the full moon is just the tweaker just up there, just jerking off at the top of the stairwell. And listen, I know that full moons bring out werewolves. I did not know that they bring out masturbatory tweakers. So that's where I was. I was absolutely mortified. I looked up to the top of the stairs and I was like, this is it. All right, cool. I didn't know I was going to go out this way, but by God, I'm going for it. So he's up at the top of the stairwell, just like having the time of his life. He's like on heroin or, crocodile or Molly or whatever. Oh, is that too, did I go over? Oh, a little bit more. Oh, sorry. My dad's timing me because I'm terrible at timing myself. And I don't want to go over. Basically, so yeah, he's just like, and you know what? The worst part of it was his cock wasn't even hard. That offended me. It was just it was just a soft, flappy. He just had a soft, he must have been on like ketamine or, whatever. Like, I don't know. He was just on, methamphetamines or like crushed up vitamins. I don't know. He was just high and he was just beaten off. And I was like, all right, I don't want to get raped, so I got to become this guy's friend. Women have to do the same thing, right? And so I'm like, all right, hey, pal, please don't touch me. How's it going? You look like you're having a good time. And he has like latex gloves on his hand, and he like slowly takes off his latex glove, and he has me touch his hand, and I'm like, oh, moist, thank you. It was very and I've never been so scared in my life. And so I'm texting my friend who's like in the comedy club. I'm all like, you better come out here because I'm about to get raped. That's what because I only say that because that's what I felt in my heart of hearts. Because this guy, he was asking me, he was like, hey, you want me to blow you or fuck you in the ass? And I was like, I don't want either of those things because you didn't buy me dinner first, and it would just be weird. I'm in a relationship already. And he's all like, all right, well, you're a prude. And I don't know. So it was just a super, I don't know. I'm trying to formulate the rest of the story. I know it has legs. I'm trying to get better at telling stories. And so my buddy, I saw him like waddle up the stairs, and he like slowly opened the door. And I don't think ever in my life have I just like so fast ran down a flight of stairs. Like I jumped the whole flight of stairs. Like if I had a skateboard, I would have done like a tray flip down him. It was so quick. You didn't even see me. Like I came faster down those stairs than he came in his soft, wet hand. So just absolutely. And so he opened the door. I went downstairs, and I didn't get attacked. I don't know where to end with that. I guess the moral of the story is argue with your girlfriend inside. That's all.
You didn't get attacked, and your dad's not good at timing, but I'm glad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool. I don't have to watch the clock. His dad's there. Then I'm like, oh, no, his dad's giving him so much time.
He's not a comedian. No. All right. Thanks for putting up with that story, you guys. I know it sucked, but thank you.
I have a similar disgusting story. Thank you, Alex. Avery, one more time for Alex.
Thank you.
I worked above Union Station in Chicago. I worked in an office above Union Station, and it was like a tradition to go. And on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving was a big travel day, and Union Station was super crowded. So a bunch of us would just leave work early and go drink in the bar in the basement of Union Station. There's no bathroom in the bar. You have to go use Union Station's public bathroom. And it was during the busiest travel day of the year. So there'd always be lines. And I went into the bathroom to do a line. There was a guy, or to go in, not do a line. Christ, I'm not. No, no.
Busted.
I'm gonna get more people showing up at my door tomorrow. No, I went to the bathroom and I got in line, and at the middle there was a line. There was like 3 people at each urinal. In the middle urinal was just a guy just going at it on himself, just going at it, just at the urinal. And people had to go so bad because they just got off a train. They're just like, yeah, well, I'm just gonna not look at him and go. And there was like a line halfway out the door. And I went like literally like two urinals away from him. I went to the bathroom, and then I came out and I told everybody about it. And I was like, that was weird, man. That guy had like maybe a really long train ride, didn't get a sleeper car. I don't know. But then I went in about 45 minutes later, and he was still doing it, still going.
Oh,
this is hard. And then, yes, I did go and get a security officer. And then, yes, they did arrest the guy. So I'm a bad person because I should not have called the cops on somebody that was obviously having a different issue. But there was no way I was going to keep going to the bathroom next to that man. Now they took all the steam out of the room, we're going to move on. Very excited to introduce. I bet you he's going to just tell the exact same story. 3 exact same stories in a row. Please welcome Marcel Niel.
woohoo!
What's going on, man? Just want to start off with the obvious. Donald Trump having coronavirus is crazy. Cause like he going to the doctor, he like, come on, Donald, what I tell you about grabbing pussy in Chinatown?
Ouch.
So yeah, man. Like I'm actually one of the people that's hoping that he pulled through, just so I can see another debate. Like I thought that shit was hilarious. The first we had Joe Biden. I call him Slow Biden because he was up there stuttering like Porky Pig at the end of Looney Tunes, man. I can get things done. That shit was hard to watch. Then Donald Trump, he was interrupting Joe the whole night. That shit was messed up. Like I ain't see a dude get cut off like that since Bruce Jenner turned into Caitlyn. Like that shit was messed up, man. It's wild though. Like at the on CNN, they said it was a shit show. Just straight out like that. Just had to say it. I feel like that set a new precedent for like cable news though. Now we just say whatever we think. Just because it just had to be said. You could be on there next week. They'd be like, I want to apologize about our next guest. I'm gonna just say it. She was a bitch. She was a bitch. Yeah, so I couldn't even get a word in. It's like, geez. Yeah, man. What else? So I'm a conspiracy theorist. Like sometimes when I'm driving and people driving all crazy around me, I think it's the insurance companies trying to play hardball about raising my rates. Somebody just crashed into me like, this is what safe drivers really get at Allstate. $600 a month. It's crazy, I've been putting on a little bit of weight the last couple of weeks. I'm trying to be body positive, but conspiracy theorist, man, and I'm starting to think body positive is just a passive form of population control. Because it's crazy. Because it's like at first when I was growing up, they wanted us to like stay in shape and eat healthy, and now they like, go ahead, eat the burger. We'll give you 2 for $5. And it's never good. It's never good when the corporations get behind it. I just picture them all in the boardroom just rubbing their hands like, yeah, his arteries would be more backed up than the drive-through line. It's wild. I gotta stop watching pornos. I feel like porn and bring my morals into question. It's like you really gotta weigh the good with the bad before you watch this shit now. You know what I mean? Because it's like it'd be like a sexy girl, she about to do a nasty scene, but then like the title to say she with her stepfather or stepbrother, it's like, come on, Pornhub, I can't come in for all that. I watch it anyway. I watch it anyway. I just rationalize it. I'm like, man, they ain't really related. Porn stars don't have families. Yeah. So yeah, I got 1 minute before I get out of here, man. You know, of course, I know we all hoping this pandemic will end soon. You know, it's real bad. You know, it suck harder than the Instagram model in the NBA bubble right now. All right, that's all my time, y'all. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Woo, thank you, Marcel Neal.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I wanted everybody to see this. This is when a touring comic comes by my open mic and I don't bump them and I make them sign up. I have a no bump policy, so this is probably something to hit the open mic scene. He's gonna need to yell into a microphone at people somewhere. All right, we're gonna keep this going. I don't know how to switch that back. Our next comedian is behind a curtain. Please welcome Bontrager.
Oh God, Houston, do you hear me? Houston, do you hear me? Yeah, I guess I'm gonna tell a story. Everyone's telling stories. So there was once a house with a mouse, a bird, and a sausage. They all lived together. You know, they split up all the chores. You know, mouse would get up early, clean the house, set the table, while bird was out getting wood and groceries. And then sausage would start the stew when the firewood came back. You know, and if the stew needed some spices, sausage would jump in there and swim around a little bit, and tastes good. Maybe you need like a little bit more meat, and then get back in there and dance around a little bit, and then they'd all sit down and have a nice stew together, and they'd talk about the day and stuff. Anyways, one such day, Bird's at the grocery store, and he runs into Fox, and Fox is all like, "Hey, Bird, I haven't seen you around in a while." And Bird's like, tells him the whole thing, and living with a mouse and a sausage, and it's a pretty sweet deal. You know, Fox isn't really used to people living with sausages, but he accepts it, and is like, "Well, it sounds like you got the shit out of the deal here, Bird. You got to go and get firewood and groceries. You can't carry those both in one trip, you know." And so, anyways, Bird's like, "Oh, I think I'll tell the rest of the guys," and then goes home and tells the rest of the guys, and they're like, "Oh, we'll switch it up the next day." So then sausage goes out for the firewood, and while Bird cleans the house, sets the table, that happens. Mouse is sitting there waiting for sausage to come back with the firewood. Hadn't come back for a while. They're kind of worried. Bird gets Mouse set up with some firewood to cook the stew a little bit, while Bird goes out and looks for sausage. Anyways, Mouse is in there cooking the stew, seen sausage do it a million times, jumped into the pot to give it a little bit more spice. I don't gotta tell you, mice aren't very heat resistant. Mouse boiled alive instantly. Anyways, Bird's out there looking for sausage, like, "Sausage! Sausage!" Anyways, runs into Dog. Explains it to Dog. Dog's like, "Oh yeah, I just ate a delicious sausage." Bird's beside himself, he just kind of just like, so Dog's like, "Why'd you? Sausage didn't even have any papers. Walking around this woods, of course I ate him." He's all alone. And Bird's beside himself. Goes back to the house. Sees Mouse is dead in the pot. Was about to take the pot off the stove and sees a methed out tweaker jerking off in the corner of the room. And Bird goes over there to try to fucking punch him. He assumes he killed Mouse. The methed out tweaker jerking off punches him with the other hand. Bird flies into the pot. It's a wood burning stove. Bird's wings catch on fire. He's flapping around the house. The whole fucking house catches on fire. Bird and the methed out tweaker burn inside. Meanwhile, Fox is out in the bush with all his friends, and they're just laughing his ass off. Thanks for having me. I've been Bontrager.
Woohoo!
Yeah, thank you, Bon Traeger. I think that is solid evidence that I really died in 1998, and the last 22 years have been a DMT dream. That's what
I'm telling you, you gotta have DMT. It's good.
That is the clincher right there. I think that is the truth. Our next comedian, please welcome Ying Vigeland.
Woohoo! Oh,
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, my name is Ying Vigeland. And earlier, somebody talked about worry about abortion right, women's right in this country. So I'm not worried about it. I think if that thing actually passed, the Senate got their way, that abortion is going to be banned, I'm going to start a new business called a medical tourism. I'm going to take all the American woman wants the abortion, go to China. Okay. Way back then, when I left, the abortion price in China, it's about 300 yuan, which is $50. So now they're quadrupled. Okay. Quadruple, which means $200. It's still pretty affordable, right, guys? Yeah, and while you're there, I'm gonna take you there. You can just adopt a Chinese baby. How's that sound? You know, one true goes, and I think that'll be more profitable than comedy career. How's that? I'm gonna make huge money.
That's true.
So yeah. Anyway, that's a joke though. I support abortion. Women's right in this country. We don't want to. China's the one to make abortion great again. No, I don't want that. You can keep that, USA. Anyway, I'm from Spokane, Washington. You know, if you guys don't know where Spokane is, I don't blame you. I can't find it, Spokane on the map. Yeah. And every time I try, I always find Canada first. Okay. Yeah, because from here to Canada, 2-hour drive. We have a border crossing, you know, there. So I'm thinking, I really wish that Canada just make Spokane part of their country. You know, at least we'll get the free healthcare. What do you think? Anyway, I think I just read the news. I just heard the news. California is still burning. Anybody from California? So today the new data is 4.59 million acres. Okay, so I'm in Washington. We've been burned for a while. Now I think the fire in Washington is put off. So Oregon, California, and Washington, with 3 states together this year, we burned 6 million acres already. Okay, and I heard that's about the size of Wisconsin. You know, so I'm like, what's going on? Why can't we just take out the state of Wisconsin? That would be a better burn, more clean. You know what I'm saying? And also that I watch TV, they're saying majority, like 80% of the land that burned was federal land. Okay, which means trees and the forest. So I am an environmental engineer. So when I see trees burning, I'm like, there goes our toilet papers. You know, so if you think a few months ago that toilet paper shortage was bad, wait until next year. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have a panic buying of toilet papers, and we're gonna flood it, or we wipe us ass with toilet paper made in China next year. That's the last thing we want. Okay. Oh God, how you guys doing in pandemic? Yeah, doing okay. I find myself eating like crazy last few months, like ton. You know, I kind of like nonstop eating, just mostly snacks, about 12, 13 hours a day. It kind of, that reminds me, Chinese panda, because panda eats average about 14 hours a day. You know, so after I've been doing that for a while, I was like, okay, I got it. That's why they call it pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Just everybody eat like panda. I think that's my time. You know, thank you. That's my time.
Yeah, thank you, Ying. We are not advocating for burning down Wisconsin. I just want to clarify. Much as tempting as it is, as tempting as we're not gonna do that. I could deal with a toilet paper shortage. I don't want a cheese shortage. Come on. Where are you at? Cheese lovers. Get on down here, Michael Cooper.
Hey, y'all. How's it going? Howdy. Hey, question about that toilet paper shortage that happened. How is it that people were scared enough to hoard toilet paper, but they weren't scared enough to, stand over there? Like, how healthy do I look? Is this a face that generally follows medical recommendations? I look like I've been sharing needles because I can't figure out how meth works. Oh, God damn it. Ying mentioned about the fires. That shit is fucking terrible. People died. Property was destroyed. Don't care about the property. People died. Matter of fact, if you had a significant amount of property during this pandemic, fuck off. You could have sold that and given the money to someone who needed it. So fuck your property. But that said, one of these fires started with a gender reveal party.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure I'm not here on that kid's first birthday. Like, what happens then? An oil spill? When this kid turns 18, I'm getting on a fucking plane, and getting the fuck out. I got to get a passport ready and everything. I don't know how long that takes. I did see at the Walgreens while I was there playing Frogger with disease that they apparently are still doing passports. Apparently some countries still take us. And I know that because they do the passport photos at the Walgreens. I saw them there. Now, to get that photo taken, you have to remove your mask. And I want people in other countries to understand the process that's happening right now before one of us goes to your country is that we go to a drugstore where sick people frequent to get things like cough medicine and are required then to remove our mask by law to take a photograph. Look, if that's your kid, that gender reveal party that blew everything up, you have to abort that kid.
Yeah.
You have to do it. I think even the right wingers are like, yeah, abort that kid.
Oh my God.
I don't like rich people, and I think that they should tell us who they are on Tinder before we hook up with them. Like, as a poor person, I hooked up with this woman. All right. It was all good. No signs of anything wrong. And then we turned on the TV to watch the Netflix, put up the Netflix, and it was just her name. And I was like, I have been deceived. This is a rich person. If you're poor, don't fuck rich people. They shouldn't get to come. This is the same reason I'm against sex work. And it's not because I think that there should be a stigma attached to trading sex for money. It's that I don't like all these rich people fucking our poor women. I think it's unnatural. It goes against the Bible. How do you even look at a rich person's dick? I don't understand. How do you that rich pussy tastes weird. And that should have been my first sign, but I thought maybe she's having a tough day. Didn't want to, I'm also tired of white Midwesterners claiming they're ready to eat the rich. And I'm like, yeah, okay, let's do this thing. If you got the trunk space, I got the time. Then they get all freaked out. Hey, I got to listen to Freebird while I work on this interpretive dance. So thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Michael Cooper. One more time for Michael
Yes.
Cooper, guys. That is good. That is good stuff. I like that. Like, the people who like gender reveals are very like straight white people, and then people that are changing what pronoun they go by. And the latter don't usually throw a big party over it. It's just like a Facebook post. So maybe the really straight white people should take that lesson from people that are a little bit different and not blow up the state of California. That would be awesome, though. I'm going to introduce our next comedian. This is going to be great. He's in the 7th spot. It's the best spot. Yeah, Ralph Anthony.
Yeah, best spot. 7th spot. You got that right, man. The Mickey Mantle.
The Mickey Mantle of the Fun Simulation 2000. Hell yeah. Feel honored, privileged and honored. Guys, Mickey Mantle was a baseball player that played for the New York Yankees. The Yankees are the team that always beats the Chicago White Sox. All right, never mind. I love edibles. You guys fuck with edibles at all? Anyone? Some of us? Cool. Couple honest people? Great.
Yeah.
What is it? Well, listen, I love edibles, man, but I have a love-hate relationship with them. I love to eat them, but I hate the fact that I never know how strong they are. Like, can they just start putting some accurate warning labels on it? Give us a heads up. Let us know what we're working with here. Like, yeah, okay. That Tootsie Roll says it's 25 milligrams, but is it really 25 milligrams? Could it be 75? You know, I'll never know until it's too late. Because there's a big difference. There's a big difference between the two. Eating a 25 milligram edible is like eating a slice of pizza. It's fun. It's delicious. You think it's a great idea. Hey, you want to get a slice of pizza? Yeah, that sounds like a flavorful adventure. It's a good time. Eating a 75 milligram edible, that's like eating an entire pizza pie. Like, it tastes good. You think it's a great idea, but 45 minutes later, you're lying on your couch, looking up at your ceiling, wondering what you're doing wrong with your life. So give us a heads up. Give us a warning. And the warning labels, they don't have to be intense. You know, they could just be something basic, something simple, just to let us know what's going on. Like, warning, this product might cause increased laughter. Warning, this product may cause anxiety. Warning, if you can read this label, this edible isn't strong enough. Like, edibles are amazing, but there's two sides of the spectrum. You can go from feeling like you're in the fun house to feeling like you're in the outhouse in a split second. You go from feeling like you're bouncing on a cloud like it's a trampoline to feeling like you're bouncing on a cloud with a pogo stick and it slips and hits you in the dick. You know, just going from like, Edibles are amazing. Edibles are amazing, but there's a time and a place for taking them. Like, you just can't eat them like they're a Reese's peanut butter cup. You need to have a schedule. You need to have activities planned. There's a process. You just can't eat an edible and have no plans. If you eat an edible and you have no plans, you are going to do a deep dive into your soul. And no one needs to be left alone with their thoughts. No one needs to have a healthy conversation with their inner child. I don't need to know that my feelings have feelings. I do drugs to run away from my feelings, not to sit down and have 67 words with them. You know, and I think that's my time. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Ralph Anthony. That was good. The seventh spot holds up. There you go. It's the baseball analogy one. I can't remember the baseball analogy you made, but you made one, and I'm referencing that. The host piggybacks on your jokes. That if you haven't figured that out now, that's all. I mean, last week I wrote all your jokes. This week I'm just piggybacking on your switched off. Thank you guys for performing all of my sets last week. That was really nice of you. Our next comedian coming up. Please welcome to the stage, Josh D. Donato.
Woohoo!
Yay! Gosh, Ralph, Mickey Mantle hit third or fourth in the order. So,
I was just saying because he was number 7.
I see.
Nah.
All right, that's my time. Thank you. Yeah, man, what a couple of days we've had. Man, I can't believe it. Donald Trump, the picture of health. Always so careful. Mr. Mask, we call him. Always with the masks. I mean, if Trump can get it, then This thing might be serious. Seriously, guys, thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers go out to COVID-19 in its courageous battle against Donald Trump. For the best. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been keeping up on, you know, his hourly whatever bullshit they're saying, but he could die. And Mike Pence could die. And Nancy Pelosi would be president. And I just want to be in that space for just a couple of days. Just give me that. Okay. But you can't assume anything these days. Yeah, I always like to say, you should never assume things, because if you do, you make an as out of soon. I've heard about this before. A lot of people would donate their body to science, you know, after they die, which is, you know, it's a nice thought. I've decided I'm going to donate my body to trigonometry. Okay.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I agree. You guys remember when the ozone layer had vanished and all the humans on Earth burned alive? Oh, sorry, too soon? It's literally, that's not going to happen for 4 or 5 years. Okay. Let's see. I will drop a hat. But I need a really good reason. Just think about that. Someday it'll make sense. It's a drop of a hat joke. I gotta make it funny is what I have to do. I'm getting into production. TV and film production is ramping up slowly again. I'm working on 2 feature films, pornographic films, which is not my forte, but I got a chance to invest and be a part of these projects. They're socially conscious porn, though. One is set in the high-powered world of banking with a bunch of sexy young people. It's called Too Hung to Fail. And I'm working on a film about social justice with some very sexy young people called Black Cocks Matter. That could be straight or gay. We're not sure. We're doing focus groups, but all right. Thank you.
Yeah. Josh G. Donato. It's good that the film industry is picking back up. We're at the halfway point, so I wanted to do something. I wanted to show you this wonderful beer I'm drinking. I don't know if you could read. Oh no, I got to turn off the background and you can't see it. Really cool. I'm going to try to. What everybody should do right now. Everybody should go bully this brewery into sponsoring Fun Simulation, because they named a beer called the Simulation. That's backwards.
Oh my god.
They named a beer called the Simulation. So now I'm going to send them a cease and desist if they don't send me for cases of it. And what I want you all to do is go start tweeting at them right now and say that you thought that was officially sponsored by my open mic. That's how this works. I bought that because I thought Mark approved it. It's also 8.5% for a full 16-ounce beer. So this is about to get interesting in the second half. Bear with me and my timing will get worse. Our next meeting coming up. Kelly Zimnikas.
Woo! Everyone.
Hey.
Hello. Ying, you were talking about adding that state to Canada. I'll go talk to the Prime Minister because I'm up here in Canada. See what I can do when that border reopens. So guys, I helped my parents move this summer because I'm a good daughter. So I've helped the parents move. And I had an experience I don't wish upon anyone in this room. In doing so, I discovered my father's porn stash.
Ooh.
Yeah. Here's a tip for the parents. If you ever get your adult children to help you move, just remember where you hid your porn first, please. That was crazy. And my father is 85 years old. So yeah, that was a father-daughter moment I did not envision ever happening. For sure. That was pretty wild. So, when I found this box of stuff in his bedroom, I called out to him. I was like, Dad, are we keeping your porn? Yeah, which yeah, that was not a question I ever thought I would be asking my father. Just put that out there. And so my dad pops his head around the corner and he's quick and he's like, hey, that is actually your mother's. So points dad. Good on him. Yeah, that was really the closest my parents and I had come to having the sex talk, and I'm 42. So they didn't give me that one. So that one was kind of weird, man. It was weird indeed. I would describe myself as a foodie. I'm definitely one of those types. I'm a foodie, big food fan, but I'm an OG foodie. Like I'm old school with this because like back when I was in, 5th grade, 6th grade, I was bringing homemade apple pies to parties, peach cobblers. Yeah, because that's what every 10-year-old wants for their birthday is a homemade peach cobbler. Yeah. Yeah. In hindsight, this was not the way to find out if Todd liked me. But it was the way to find out that Todd had a nut allergy. So that was awkward. I feel bad. Sorry. I didn't know. But like I'd heard as a kid, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Apparently that rule does not apply when you're 11. So yeah, awkward. Anyway, yeah, I'm in my 40s now. I still don't know how romance works, but I can make a cobbler, so I have that going for me at least. Yay. Indeed. I celebrated my birthday early in quarantine, when people felt bad for people who are having birthdays in quarantine. Now no one cares really. But yeah, I was one of the early ones, and I gotta say I enjoy getting older. I really do. I dig it. But what I don't enjoy is the fact that I'm still breaking out at 41, 42 actually, sorry. And I hate the fact that I have adult acne. I can't stand it. So I talked to my doctor about it. I was like, what can I do about these breakouts? They really need to stop. That's when she said to me, well, Kelly, if you have a baby, your hormones will balance out and your skin will clear up. Yeah, a baby. Yeah. Apparently we are out of cream in Canada. There's no cream left. I don't know. I feel like it's a tad bit selfish to bring a person into this world just so I can have clear skin. But that's me. That's my time. I'm Kelly. Thanks, guys.
Woohoo!
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Mercado said maybe if you eat that said baby, which makes sense because of all the stem cells. It's good for your skin. That's how it works. Not a doctor. Don't take medical advice from me. Don't take medical advice from someone that just don't take medical advice unless you paid someone who had a lot of debt because they to learn those said things. If they took a fast track to being a doctor, don't do it. Our next comedian coming up, the kids are in bed. He's all ready for this. Gregory Matthews.
Woohoo!
Hey, how are you guys doing? All right, yeah, the kids are in bed. It was a bit hairy tonight. I do have a story about names of beers though for you because Mark was talking about fun simulation and the beer name simulation. True story. I have some friends from high school who started a brewery in Western Massachusetts called Iron Duke after the engine. There's apparently an engine called the Iron Duke, and they got sued by Duke University. They got cease and desist letters for using Duke in their name, and so they decided to stop fighting it, and they're just changing their name because they don't want to deal with it because Duke has a ton of money. So fuck Duke. All right, so I want to talk to you tonight about something that I think about basically every day.
and this is kind of embarrassing, but this is true. I think about this tremendous amount. It's a movie that came out in 2009, and I'm talking about the Dutch horror film Human Centipede. Show of hands, how many people know what Human Centipede is about? Okay.
Yeah.
People are real excited about this. So I just want to make sure everyone's on the same page. So I'll explain the plot briefly. There's a German surgeon who kidnaps 3 tourists and creates a human centipede by surgically attaching them mouth to anus. Then crazy shit happens. But no, you didn't know it was going to happen. So spoiler alert, if you're going to watch the movie, at the end of the movie, the guy in the front, who was also one of the guys from the show Heroes, at the end of the movie, this guy in the front commits suicide by slitting his throat. Boy, I got to tell you, I would have lost that bet. I had my money on the lady in the middle of the centipede. How mad would you be if you're in the middle of the centipede and the guy in the front can't handle it anymore? It's like watching a billionaire jump off a building and misplace some change. If you're the front of a human centipede, you just got to deal with it. All right, it's really not that bad. And by the way, I want to start ranking things on a scale of from the front of the pede to the back of the pede. So I want to start a saying like I want to start the saying front of the pede or back of the pede. Like, for example, man, I just lost my job. I'm having a real back of the pede kind of day. Or I just found $20 on the ground. That's a front of the pede kind of day. So you guys can make that happen for me. If something good happens, you just say, yeah, front of the pede kind of day. But here's the thing about being the front of a human. There's so much more of this. I can't, you guys think I'm done with it. I'm not. Because here's the thing of being the front of a human centipede. It's a pretty minor issue. Would your life really be that much worse than it is right now if you ended up at the front of a human centipede? With all the stuff going on right now, like COVID, this election, you might have lost your job. California is on fire. Becoming the front of a human centipede to the list is like kind of a minor issue, right? It's just not that bad. If I was made the front of a human centipede on a Friday, I would be back at work on a Monday. Just unattach me and I'll show back up to work. I'll take the weekend to recover. It's not a big deal. And when I got back to work on Monday, I'd ask for a raise because I had a whole bunch of leadership experience that I gained over the weekend. There's very little difference between a leadership seminar and being the front of a human centipede. All right. All right. Those jokes ate shit. Sorry about that. All right. That's my time. I hope you have a front of the pede kind of week and this back of the pede kind of year. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Gregory. Hey, this simulation beer is fantastic. I want to show. So look, it's like a bunch of people from the brewery, like they're in a Zoom meeting right here. So that looks like what's happening here. Speaking of lawsuits with breweries, there's a brewery called Brew Dogs. They had a TV show, then they started a brewery, and I used to like them. And then they made a beer called Punk AF, which stood for alcohol free. It was an alcohol free beer, and it was called Punk, like as fuck too is what they were calling it, but it was just AF on it. And then they went crazy and sued anybody that used the word punk related to a beer, which is also the most punk thing you can do, right? They sued a family-owned tavern in London, and this is an American company, by the way, but they sued, or maybe it's not. No, they're in America. They sued a family-owned tavern in London called Draft Punk, which is the best name ever.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just pissed they didn't get it. And they sued some family-owned taverns, so now I will never drink anything from Brew Dogs. They could all burn in hell, those bastards. Fuck them. But I like this alarmist simulation is really good, so we're gonna try to get a sponsorship going. So please send your messages to them. Our next meeting coming up, Patty Mansbach.
Yay! Oh, did you see Trump's doctor's report? They said Trump is 225 pounds. When? What? No, he is not. Well, they took that from his license. Yeah, I'm 123. That was, yeah, I lied even before this pandemic. Oh, my dad, he called me. He's really excited because he finally got his Black Lives Matter sticker in the mail and he's going to put it on his car. And he's like super excited to do it. But he's kind of worried. He lives in like a racist, like pro-police town. So his plan is if anybody gets too aggressive, he's going to play like feeble-minded and be like, I thought it stood for the Bureau of Land Management. What? I don't know. Privileges. more of a reflection of his privilege than anything else. I recently I got a mole removed on my back. Yeah, the stupid dermatologist, she wouldn't let me keep it. Like goddamn bitch. She like said we have to get a biopsy. No, I want to keep it. It's mine. I can't be buried in a Jewish cemetery now. I gotta have my, that's the thing. You gotta have your whole body. So I'm gonna take my mole back. I got a flu shot recently, so move over, Dave Grohl, because I'm the hottest member of the Flu Fighters. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I stole that joke from my friend's mom on Facebook. I only got a flu shot because they were going to give me a coupon. I was like, yes, I will take 10% off my groceries. The autism is going to help me stack my coupons much better. I had this guy, I was texting him and he said he wanted to be just friends. And that's devastating because I hate friends. I don't need any more of those. That doesn't work for me. Remember dating? Guys, remember like going outside and like dating? Not that I did it that much, but my favorite thing I used to do is I like to try to get them to convince me why Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And then and then I'd leave and come back in an hour and they'd still be there talking about why Die Hard is I don't care. The only Bruce Willis movie I like is Look Who's Talking 2, where he played the baby. That was so much fun. Remember Sex? Remember what? No. But pretend you know what it is, right? Celebrate 2020. But one time I hooked up with this guy and he was such a bro that he left his Fitbit on the entire time. Whoa!
Oh my God.
You laugh, but Jesus died on the CrossFit for him. Let's talk about people I have a crush on. Can't explain it. I don't get it. But she's like a hot grandma, man. She's 80, I know, right? Gonna slide into her DMs. Another person I have a crush on. Jill Biden. What a pretty lady. Oh my God. She's a professor too. So she makes Joe call her Dr. Biden. Dr. Jill, if he's lucky. Yeah, I'm voting for Dr. Jill Biden's husband, 2020. Another person who I think is also really hot, our childhood protagonist, Amelia Bedelia. Think about it. Have you seen her? Yeah, I know. But I feel like if you told her, it'd be like, Amelia, you're really hot. She'd be like, what? I don't have a fever. Gotta go get a coronavirus test. I'm gonna end it on an Amelia Bedelia joke. All right, thank you, everybody.
Woo!
Woo! Good to have you back. Good stuff. Our next comedian I'm gonna roll through it because I know everyone wants to do the fastest minute too. Andrew Mercado.
Woohoo!
I always forget why I stopped like ordering Indian food, but then I find out pretty soon afterwards. Indian food is good if you want to eat and shit in the same sitting. I was the person eating Indian food earlier. I had to leave momentarily. Too much information, probably. I think it's fascinating that I don't know. I eat cage-free eggs, but not because I'm a health nut or anything. I just don't know how everyone else is eating caged eggs. What are you guys doing? This is crazy. Seems really inconvenient. You have to open up every cage to get an egg. Jeez. I'm all for convenience sake, okay? I have cancer as an astrological sign. You gotta wait for the rest of the sentence, guys. Jeez. I saw your concerned faces. I love doing that because I see the mixture of reactions in the beginning where it's like, oh no. And then I say the end of it and people are either angry or they're laughing. And I saw the mixture here a little bit. So that's the appropriate response. But I actually lied. I'm a Gemini, but that's a total Gemini thing to do, isn't it? Oh my God. I'm so two-faced. So two-faced. That's what we do. That's what us Geminis do. Hey guys, if a person from New Zealand eats a kiwi, Is it considered cannibalism? Okay. They're called kiwis over there. All right, that's interesting. I like superhero origin stories. I just think they're kind of funny. They have a lot of the same elements to them. Like a lot of superheroes, they're exposed to radiation and then they get superpowers. I don't think anybody thinks how crazy that shit is. Like, that's bananas. I want to hear a superhero origin story where they add a little bit of realism in it. You know, that'd be kind of fun to see. Like the Fantastic Four are exposed to radiation. Then a doctor's there. He goes up to one of them. He's like, all right, you guys were all exposed to radiation and you got super strength. That's fucking nuts. Good job. I'm happy for you. You got super strength. That's cool. Goes to the next person. Is like, okay, you got invisibility. Whoa, I don't even know how this is happening, but you guys are getting powers. That's amazing. And then he looks at everyone else's chart and he's like, okay, the rest of you guys have cancer. Like that's what happens. What? You were exposed to radiation. What did you expect? Sorry that you're gonna die soon. Okay. What else? I'm gonna do. Well, okay. This is interesting. The suicide hotline called me recently. And I know that you think that I misspoke, but I did not. I did not call the suicide hotline, you guys. The suicide hotline called me. You know how fucking terrifying it is when you're thinking about killing yourself and then the fucking suicide hotline calls you? It was the worst day of my life. I was going through the logic in my head. I'm like, okay, if I call this suicide hotline, they're supposed to stop me from killing myself. But if the suicide hotline calls me, does that mean they're trying to kill me? I just got really paranoid. I didn't know what to do. Okay. I feel like my minute might be up. I don't know if I can say like a really quick one. Can I say a really quick one?
Go quick.
Okay, cool. Lizzo has a song where she talks about getting a DNA test. She says she got a DNA test and it turns out that she's 100% that bitch. But I wonder if she wanted her DNA test to be more specific. Like I wonder if she was wondering like 100% that bitch, really? Like I'm not like 50% that other bitch. You know, like she comes out with a sequel, she's like, turns out I'm 40% that bitch, 30% that other bitch, 20% Genghis Khan bitch, because most of us are, and then 10% Creole. And the rest of the song is about science for some reason. Okay, thank you guys.
Woohoo!
Andrew Mercado. Many of you know that up till very recently, I was applying and looking at jobs, and one place I applied was an organization for suicide prevention, and to work in their tech department. And you give them your resume and you give them your cover letter, and then they had another section that was like, share anything you want at all, like why you want this job or whatever. And I was like, these people have heard so much fucked up stuff that this has to be really good. Like I got to get really, really, really desperate here. Get their attention. I mean, got to stand out. You got to stick out. Okay, that is a 100% true story, and I feel terrible for sharing it now. All right. Next comedian, local wonder boy Andrew Shanklin.
All right, hello folks. Hi everybody. Got an announcement for everyone here. I've been browsing Facebook recently, and all my targeted ads have been T-shirts with the sexy Velma. You know, the character from Scooby-Doo. Sexy Velma on all my T-shirt ads, and it's a little unsettling when the algorithm knows more about your sexuality than you do. You know, it's a little unsettling. They're like, hey, if you buy this body pillow, free shipping, you need it. You know, that's what I know Tony Soprano is not a real person. I do know that, but I think if he was a real person, he wouldn't feel that bad about all the crimes he's committed if he knew how many breakups they helped people get through. You know, if they knew how much watching him break the law would heal their broken hearts, he would be like, it was all worth it. You know. All right. That's fine. A lot of my friends, they'll pick up people to have sex with at bars. That's like a thing they do. Personally, I couldn't do that. I'm not horny enough, you know. Like if I pick someone up at a bar, I'd take them back to my room and I'd be like, "Hey, what do you think of all my Legos?" And they'd be like, "I think they're pretty cool. Are we gonna have sex?" And I'd be like, "Of course not, you fucking monster. Get out." That doesn't seem fair to people that like sex. I'm sorry. I studied music in college. I've never been in a band though, so it's kind of like I wanted all the work and to put all the time and work in, but get none of the pussy. You know. All right. Thank you, one person. They were baby boomers. They had this big thing. They went for a lot of free love. That's not fair. You know, nothing in life is free. Free love, not free, because they had to pay the price in the 80s with Reaganomics. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's what that is. I'm addicted to apologizing the same way people are like addicted to drugs, you know, like I just can't stop doing it no matter how much everyone I love wants me to stop. You know, they're like, "Andrew, you don't have to say I'm sorry all the time." And I'm like, "But that's how I feel alive." That's like pretty good if you have context for it. I like Paul Revere a lot. I think he's a pretty cool historical figure. He's a fun one, you know. Everyone listened to him when he was saying the British are coming, and I think it's just because they're like, "Wait, a guy from Boston and he's not yelling racial slurs?" Boston is a crazy city. Boston is a city where people were saying the N-word so much they just got rid of the hard R entirely. Cool. Another Sopranos joke for everyone. I like The Sopranos. If you couldn't guess, I love The Sopranos. I like this. I like the ending of The Sopranos. I think religion is basically the end of The Sopranos. It's just guys that look like me arguing about what fading to black means, right? That's what religion is. Okay, fine. I'm getting back into therapy in a week. That's fun. That's good. I'm going to be begging for drugs. That's what I'm going to be doing. And it's so close to Halloween. It's going to be very festive. You know, it's going to be like trick or treat. Can I have some Prozac, please? Right? Like I just want to be popping Xanax like they're Tic Tacs. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do in this season. Okay, well, 2 or 3 things worked. Thank you so much. Have a great night, everybody.
Whoa, yeah. Woo! Mr. Andrew Shanklin. I got so caught up in telling my story that I forgot and I violated one of my rules of the mic, which is that 2 people with the same first name can't go back to back, and it snuck in this time. Andrew's in a row. I usually bump one back. I don't know. I think it's bad luck, so we'll see how the night goes. Probably horribly. On that note, please welcome our next comedian, Callum Murillo.
Thanks. Thank you. What was I gonna say? Andrew, I always like seeing you here. I think you're really funny. But for someone who claims to be so unhorny, you seem to think about sex quite a lot. There's a lot of sex bits. Just noticed that then. Yeah, okay. So I've been, important stuff going on with the president and whatnot. I've been thinking about the tooth fairy though, because I couldn't think of a joke about that. And the tooth fairy, I think when it comes to that, parents are making it very hard on themselves, because like with Santa Claus or something, the kids are in another room, they're asleep, you're wrapping the presents, it's easy to fool them. With the tooth fairy, you have to like sneak into the kids' room while they're still asleep and then exchange a tooth for $1 bill under their pillow without waking them up, which, who came up with that? Indiana Jones? What kind of like thing is that going on? Like if I ever have a kid, I'm going to be like, okay, you give me the tooth, the fairy will PayPal you the money if she's modernized, right? It's different now. I also wonder what lesson the tooth fairy is supposed to teach a kid, like that you can sell your teeth if need be, Like I feel like kids probably get confused if they see like a meth addict or something, they look at them, they're like, it doesn't look like they're doing well in life, but they have no teeth, so they must be like a millionaire at least. I get my wisdom teeth in, which is a real pain in the ass, and I think the wisdom that comes with wisdom teeth is that sometimes your body really does not know what the hell it's doing, you know? Like you got like, hey, I got a mouthful of teeth there I can see. You can't jam one more in, but how would you like 4 really big ones in your mouth right now? My parents were atheists, but they wanted me to believe in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy, and that there's a lot of conflicting views. I think because they'd be like, hey, believe in science, just cold hard fact, but also reindeers can fly. Remember those 2 things. We still celebrate. I like how like atheists still celebrate Christmas. That's kind of cheating a little bit, right? Because they're like, hey, Jesus, who? We just want presents right now. That's the whole. Okay. At the start, before this mic started, Laura, I think you're talking about cats on leads. Because I've seen there's a few people in my area who they'll walk their cats around the block, which at first I was kind of like, what the hell is this? But after a little bit, because I kind of understood it, because like I got a cat, my roommate has one, and it's an apartment cat. It just stays in the apartment all day. So I was like, okay, I get that then. So you want to put it on a lead sometimes and take it outside and show it that it's not king of the world, It needs a little ego check every now and then, I think that's about my time. So thanks, guys.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Cal Murillo. I was about to say, before the mic started, everybody's talking about cats being walked like dogs, and I have a harness and a leash for my cat. I don't walk her, but we do put her in the yard to put her in her place, because she does. She runs the house, and the second she's outside, she's fucking terrified, and it's awesome.
Oh God!
That's how we do it. I'm gonna keep introducing comedians until there's no more comedians to introduce. Then we'll do the fastest minute, and then everybody can do what they do the rest of the night. In the meantime, please welcome, very excited for Erica Switzer.
Woohoo!
Hey.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy October. I'm very, very excited. You guys celebrate Halloween? Well, looking at this Zoom meeting, I can tell we do. You know what it means for me? It means horrorcore. That's right. Little Tech Nine, little Ill Bill. You guys remember? No, you don't? Well, horrorcore is what happens when white rappers care more about rhyming knife instead of nigga. See, it's beautiful. I love it. So excited. Halloween 2020, good God. My bet for the most popular costumes are going to be police and Black Panther. Yeah. It's going to be kind of cool seeing all those school kids leaving their houses, going next door, throwing candy, all that good shit. Well, police, yeah, police. What, you guys don't want to see kids dressed up like Gordon Sumner, aka no? All right. Speaking of ghouls, like that joke, how is Maury still on TV? If you guys know me, I've been out of the country for 3.5 years. How the hell? He was already an AARP member when I was in kindergarten. So I'm trying to figure out how he's still alive, sitting up on TV, still reading paternity tests, looking like a damn brown plastic bag in a sweater. I've come to the conclusion that when people tell me what they think of me in adjectives, the most frequent adjectives that come up are calculated, cold, and aloof. That's a little weird, but I had to come to grips with myself. I said, you know what? I think I do want to be part robot. I want to be programmable. I want to be cold. I want to be an android, but still with a human pussy. I figured that's all the android I need to be, you know, like R2-D2. Would be chromed out with a pink thong. So basically Lady Gaga. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing for my Halloween. So like I mentioned, I spent 3.5 years in China. And if you know anything about the Chinese internet, I hated being in China and being horny with that Great Firewall going on. You know, I hated the fact that it was the Great Firewall interrupting my sugar walls, you know. And so I go ahead and I turn on the VPN, you know, and I try to handle my little love nights, a little Pornhub action. And I'm very particular about the porn I watch. So I'd watch Mandingo get about 2.5 pumps in, and then it's just buffering. And then 3 pumps in and then buffering. That was the worst edging ever. I feel like my damn leg would go to sleep in that pillow humping position. You know? I'm thinking the title of my Chinese memoir, I Never Came. You guys have been great. It's been fun.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Hey. It's not highlighted yet. Why am I not highlighted? Thank you one more time for Erica Switzer, guys. That was good. One more time. We got it. We're in the home stretch. The final batting order, and then we do one more quick round. But wow, here we go. Please welcome Gary Hughes.
Hey, let's talk about sex. Let's do it. Now, many of you know what tossing salad is. Everybody know that? Everybody knows that? I just explained it just in case people don't know. People raising hands and shit. Oh, y'all know. Okay. Yeah, it's somebody getting their butthole ate out, right? Now, I've never eaten anybody's ass out. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me. You feel me? But it has been happening. It's been done to me one time. I was curious. And I don't know how to go. So I'll be asking women that be getting there. I'll be like, yo, you lay on your stomach or do you like just lay on your back? But this girl that did it to me was a power lifter. First of all, like, you know, like one of the world competitions, go to Vegas, power lifts, right? She had me on my back, my neck. She threw my legs over my head. And I was like, just sitting there like, damn, you know, like this is what that's supposed to feel like. And she was just in that bit, you know, and I was just like, well, this ain't what I thought it was supposed to feel good. This ain't what it is right now. It just didn't feel good. You know what I'm saying? And that was like the first and last time I ever done some butt stuff. But that was my story on that. I have a girlfriend now. We don't get really freaky. But when you have a girl partners, they do this weird thing where they ask like questions out the blue that you don't have the answer to. She just be looking. I caught her looking at me. She's looking at me. I was like, "What's up, babe? We just chilling." She's like, "You ever cheated on somebody?" You know, a question. Why are you asking? What kind of question? I don't know. This, you know, it's like a job interview at a bank, and they like, "You be stealing cash? You steal cash from your last job?" Like, even if I did, why would I tell you? So you got these insecurities about me? Just, I don't know. She just be hitting me with these questions, man. I'd be like, and I take forever. And she's like, "Wow, it took a long time for you to think." I was like, I had to think about. It was one girl, but I don't count it as a girlfriend. We was only together for a week, and it was all kind of stuff, man. I'll be in some weird conversations. We was in another conversation. I'm gonna paint the picture. It was me. I forgot their names. 3 women and this other my homie, and they started talking about semen. I don't know why they started talking about semen. And then one of the girls said, "I think guys should taste their own semen if they want us to taste it." And I was like, "I don't think that's true. I don't think people should do that. You shouldn't do that." And my homie, he was like, "Well, if I had some of my semen on my shoulder, I'll give it a lick." I was like, "Why do I hang out with you?" Like, Now, I don't know. I asked somebody else. They was like, "Yeah, you guys, it tastes like it tastes like battery acid." And I was like, "I've never tasted my semen." She's like, "I think you should definitely eat vegetables." And I was like, "Okay, I could do that. I can eat pineapples and just stuff, but I'm not tasting my semen just so you could." I don't ask nobody that. This has been a too sexual thing. My bad, y'all.
I know.
Here, this is something. All right. I just got my melon ballot. Did y'all see who was on it? Y'all look very close. It's Kanye West.
Oh my gosh.
Kanye West is on the ballot. Yeah. So who you think I'm voting for? You know what I'm saying?
Kanye.
College Dropout, best album alive. All right. Hey, no, I'm just joking. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. I'm Gary.
Yeah, Gary. Like I said at the beginning of the mic, don't vote then. Then don't nobody vote. That's how voting got us into this. Voting ain't gonna get us out of it. That's all I can tell you. We've tried it for 200 years and we need something new. I am just kidding. Our next comedian coming up has been waiting patiently. He's a big fan of our theme song. Please welcome Ian Ryland Smith.
Thank you. So I read a report that said they're thinking Donald Trump's going to be out of the hospital on Monday. Come on, we were so close, Jesus. We were so close. I almost believed in you. I'm going to make a deal with Jesus in front of all of you fine people. Jesus, if you kill Donald Trump before November, I will believe in you and I will never ask you for anything ever again. I'll just get whatever I want, either by myself or from fortune cookies. Can't be giving him all the responsibility. I mean, all he has to do for me is one thing, and then I got me covered. Oh, yeah, things are getting bad. I'm going to put my hair up for this next joke because I want it to resonate. Yeah, things are getting pretty bad. You know, America is kind of heading into a civil war, it seems like. Where redneck people are going to be attacking normal people. And it's getting so bad. It's getting so bad that people are DMing me asking for help with their manifestos. And I don't know anything about writing a manifesto. I failed English class. They put I get into the accelerated and then fail. Maybe my failure is not funny to you guys. Here, what else can I say? Well, I guess the silver lining to Donald Trump being okay is that the stock market's gonna rally and I'm gonna be a rich bitch. What? Gonna have so much money tomorrow. I think I'm gonna pay my wife's boyfriend's college tuition. Maybe my college tuition for when I go and get a degree that's actually useful, not like the music degree I got. Why did I ever get a music degree? Why does anybody ever get a music degree? You can't get a logical answer from the music degree people. Like, why'd you get a music degree? I don't know. I wanted one. I don't know why I wanted one. Hasn't done me that much good. Anyway, there's a joke boat joke that I created on Joke Boat that I think is pretty good. My grandma said the best thing about bushes is they bomb the countries with brown people in them. George. Yeah, you guys get it. You all get it. You understand me and the words falling out of my hole. Yeah, that's all she wrote. I'm Ian Ryland Smith, and thank you for enduring me.
Woohoo! Yeah. Go. I like that you had a very college centric set and you're wearing a college like t-shirt. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also wearing the pajama bottoms too for
good.
my college. See, look, USD.
It's funny because like if you said USD, it would probably take me about 30 minutes to guess the college was University of South Dakota.
Yeah, you'd be like San Diego. You'd
Yeah.
probably ask San Diego first.
I would probably guess about 30 things.
Really?
Or I remember that South Dakota was a
30 things first.
Fair enough.
It's more
No
a
wonder-
territory than it is a state.
Yeah.
God, no wonder it's so hard to get into grad school out of South Dakota.
That would probably have something to do.
College professor like South where? No.
That implies there's a North Dakota, and I forgot about that one too. Our
That's
next
better Dakota.
coming up, very excited for Jeff Graham.
Woo! Right. Go University of South Dakota! Woo! I go Florida, but I thought I would say that. But been married for over 15 years now. So oh, thank you. Got applause. Thank you so much. Yeah, feels great to be acknowledged by somebody. I mean, come on, man. But my wife, she's a lot different than me. For example, she's employed. She's older and she's bi. Me, I'm unemployed, younger, and I'm bi, but not the sexual kind, the polar kind. I'm bipolar. And for those that don't know, well, actually not for those that know, because every bipolar is different. But for me, the way it feels like for me is I'm that guy from Wolf of Wall Street when he's on cocaine half the time. And then the other half the time, I'm that same guy from Wolf of Wall Street when he's on Quaaludes. And so I asked my wife, I said, what was it that you liked about me the night we met? And she's like, well, I'm going to be honest. Me and my friends, we thought you're on coke, but I didn't care because I like guys with a crazy edge. Crazy edge, you know, there's no such thing as just a crazy edge. You know, saying you want just a crazy edge is like saying you want just one Pringle. And cocaine, really? You guys thought I was on cocaine? No, I wasn't on cocaine. I was off my lithium. But me and my wife, we had very different single lives too. Her single life was filled with partying and traveling and hooking up with hot guys. And I was also hooking up with hot guys. Well, a hot guy myself. And when I said hot, I meant I would work up a sweat while masturbating. But I was very jealous, and my jealousy drove away a lot of really cool women. I don't know why I decided to do this, but I was dating a porn star, and she suggested to cure my jealousy, we do this thing called a cuckold. Does anyone here know what a cuckold is?
Hmm?
Okay,
Yes.
all right. So we got some fellow freaks. Yes. So you got to understand, was I going to lose yet another girl or be cured? And you got to understand, one thing about bipolars is we never go halfway. We're either all in or we're not. So she invited over this Armenian guy. And I found that out because very quickly he started asking me what my ethnicity was, telling me he's Armenian and telling me, and I was like I felt like I had to one up him because I was still super jealous, right? The cuckold hadn't happened yet. So I was like, bro, I'm Turkish. And for those that don't know, the Armenians are not fans of the Turks because of a little genocide that happened that Turkey has yet to take responsibility for. And I didn't think much of it, but like he was making love to her and he was much better at these moves than I was, which is why he was having sex and not me. He's like, bro, your girl feels amazing, bro, but nobody fucks like the Armenians. Definitely not the Turks. Fuck the Turks, fuck the Turks, fuck the Turks. And I was like, did this guy come because he was having a good time or because Turkey was having a bad time? My guess is this guy can only come if something bad happens to Turkey. This just in, Turkey's economy today has dropped by 10%. Oh, fuck. This just in, Turkey failed to qualify for the Special Olympics. Oh, shit. Turkey will no longer be served for Thanksgiving. Fuck the Turks! All right. You guys have been great. Thank you. My name is Jeff Graham.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeff Graham. Thank you. That was good. The Armenians, aren't they fighting with the Azerbaijan right now? There's like a war going on over there. If Trump was out of the news in a few minutes, we would actually be talking about that today instead. But no, it's about him. It's all about him. He even made COVID all about him after it. Oh, we got one comedian, then we're gonna do Fast Minute Comedy. Please welcome Kevin Keller.
Hey, how's everyone doing? Oh my God, is everyone avoiding the poison air around us at all times? I'm doing pretty well. All of us pretty worried, pretty divided country. but we can look at some things that we've done as this country that are just irrefutably awesome. One of those things is the establishment of the 51st state in our great union, the moon. That's right. We put an American on the moon. And if you don't think that the moon is going to be the 51st state in our country, you don't know our current president. He will do that. He will be out of the hospital and I say, I called the governor of the moon. He's a very good American, great Americans on the moon. Zero coronavirus on the moon. Zero. They're testing. Why isn't it there? No one found it there. All right. And who's going to build the wall between Mexico and the moon? The moon Mexicans are going to build that wall. The moon Mexicans. And if, come on, he's going to do that. And then he's going to somehow make fun of Puerto Rico and say this could have been them, if they just would have gotten in line. So yeah, Americans walked on the moon. And I don't think people care about that anymore. And I think it's something you should never stop caring about. Like the idea that we have forgotten that we took someone who has bones and blood and muscle and shit in their body like us and put them in a device and fired them into a thing in the sky. Then they walked on it. Then they came back. No one is impressed by that anymore. All right. Like Neil Armstrong did that and then lived 41 pointless years. 41 years. One small step for mankind. Every other one I take means nothing at all. Give me a ticker tape parade into the White House. Let me open up an Oakwood box. There's a golden gun. Boom. Thank you. Thank me for my service. You know what I mean? No, I got to go back to suburban Houston, Texas, like a loser, like a stupid loser. Mowing the lawn, smelling gasoline, not rocket fuel, like a dork, like a big old dork. I could dunk a basketball up there. All right. I can't do it down here. I just got to mow the lawn. I have my stupid neighbor, Steve, stick his fat, dumb earth head over the fence and ask me, hey, Neil, have you seen this? Have you seen this? It's a pamphlet. They got Caribbean vacations. The oceans are so blue down there. Did you know how blue the oceans are down there? And you tell him, Steve, you stupid son of a bitch. I know how blue the oceans are in the Caribbean. I've seen all of the water on this planet at the same goddamn time. And then you flip the lawnmower over and you jump into the blades and then you escape this bullshit planet. I'm done. Back to you, Mark.
Yeah, thank you. I was changing my background real quick. Oh, I don't think it worked well.
What happened, Mark? Where are you?
I wanted to share a picture. This is a picture of Neil Armstrong on a boat. Have you ever seen anyone so unhappy to be on a fucking boat? That's what
Why the fuck am I on this vessel?
There's no rocket fuel on this vessel. There's no.
He looks unimpressed.
The Sea of Tranquility is the only place he wants to be, right?
You're goddamn right. It's the only body of water he cares about.
That's how we're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna do the fast minute comedy. I'm gonna tear through this really quick. I'm pretty sure I have an idea who's here. You're gonna get 1 minute, and then I'm just gonna bounce to the next person. And we're going to start off at the top of the list. It goes very fast. You will all be going up very soon. Please welcome, taking it off, Laura. Go.
Oh, I was standing on the sidewalk looking for an email and my phone, panicked because I couldn't get into a Zoom meeting. And I had my mask on and I'm standing off to the side. And I live in the north side, and some white girl in yoga pants was coming my way, standing 6 feet away from me going, can I get around? And I was like looking around, like, what are you talking about? And she wanted me to go somewhere so she could get around me. So I looked at her and I just said, well, then go the fuck around me or walk in the street. I just yelled at her. And then I realized, like, she's obviously got some kind of PTSD, but guess what? I have PTSD. And guess what? Everyone now has PTSD. We all fucking have PTSD. So whose PTSD is going to win? We're going to have to live on this fucking sidewalk. So either walk in the street or go fuck yourself. I felt like I owed an apology, but good luck trying to find a white girl with yoga pants on the north side of Chicago. That's all I have. Thanks.
Yeah, go, Bontrager, go.
Oh, I was gonna roast a bunch of board games, and I got really pissed because the first one that came up was the floor is lava. I just feel like a grandpa rage snapping in my mind. Like, back in my day, floor is lava was a game you played in your mind. I'm telling this to kids who have like hard light holograms projecting from their phones and shit. I designed my first imaginary friend as a hologram when I was 2. Anyway, the next one is Don't Wake Daddy. I'm glad they baked in Leave the Man Alone board game to just indoctrinate us all. This is Beat the Parents. What is that? Do you literally? Okay, I don't know. Oh fuck! You want to do another fucking thing? Sorry for being so boring. Yahtzee. Grandma, stop putting the dice in your mouth. Jenga. Again, Grandma, stop playing. Your hands are too shaky. What's this other one? What the fuck is Rummikub? Anyways, thank you guys.
Yeah, think about your go.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of miss China's one-child policy. You know, that thing been running 40 years and it's doing great. Yeah, because look, one less child, one less consumer. Okay, too many people, it's just destroying the planet. So now they have a 2-child policy for each family. You know, I was thinking if the Trump's parents, they moved to China instead of the United States, he would be aborted. You know what I'm saying? Even with current policy of 2 children, he would be just gone. And that would be great for humanity. You know, we don't have to deal with all his shit. You know, if he just be aborted. I guess that's my time. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Greg Matthews, go.
All right, this is an impression of Oprah hosting the Maury Povich show. You are not the father. You are not the father. You are not the father. You are not the father.
Oh, you are the father.
Oh yeah, I got a baby with me too. Anyway, I'll just start a baby for a minute. I have a panic disorder, but I'm also very competitive. So when someone tells me they're anxious about like a job interview, it gets my juices flowing. I'm like, oh yeah, you're a little anxious. Did you ever think you had rabies for 6 weeks and it almost ruined your marriage? I didn't think so, bitch. Seriously, if you ever want to talk about your problem, I'm happy to help you with that. Mental health is very serious, but I win. It's fucking fine. I'm on drugs. Anywhere in the country, if you dial an area code and just mash one button until someone picks up, it's one of the 9 least ethical lawyers in that area code. That's it. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, me. I'm just still looking at the baby.
Is the baby gonna do jokes?
Is the baby gonna do jokes?
Good. I want to give my minute to the baby. No, baby, this is for me. Mom's time to shine. Let's see. I don't know. I've been getting really into the New York Times crossword puzzle in the comment section. It gets wild in the comment section. This is one recently. A few years from now, Bob Woodward will play a tape from a 2016 interview with the editor. In it, the editor will admit that the Times bribed him to keep the puzzles easier in order to gain subscribers. How else could you explain a Wednesday puzzle being published on a Friday? Very disappointing. Why voter suppression? What are you doing, man? Just go in the comments section. It's the best part of the puzzles. Okay, bring back the baby.
Yeah, it's the baby Andrew Mercado.
Hey, all right. So I haven't had a lot of luck with women lately. Women are looking at me kind of like they look at car sales events. They're looking at me with 0% interests.
Hey.
All right. So I'm developing a few show pilots. I don't know if you guys like dad jokes. I'm writing a TV show called Dad Jokes from people who killed their dad. Just a bunch of family unfriendly dad jokes. I'm writing another sitcom. It's about 2 birds who live together and they're brothers, and then they live with a friend who smokes a lot of weed. And it's gonna be called 2 Birds, 1 Stoned. Okay, let me do another one. This is my version of Love is Blind, but the contestants are literally blind. Like they literally can't see. And the prize for this version of Love is Blind is LASIK eye surgery. So whoever falls in love first. All right, that's it.
Yeah, Calamulo, go.
I moved to a new place recently. There's loads of like martial arts schools around me, and got me think because I used to do karate as a kid, and you know they have like the belt system in those things. So like white, you're a novice. Black belt, you're a master. I feel like they could have been a little bit more discreet with that, you know, because if you're walking around with a white belt, aren't you just saying to everyone, hey, you can kick my ass if you wanted to? You could totally kick my ass. I also find a lot of the stuff you learn in those things is kind of useless, you know, like when it's just all about show. Like he's like, I trained for 15 years and now I can chop a board in half with my bare hands. Like I trained for no years and I bought a saw and I can do the same thing. You know? So that's that. All right, that's me. Thanks.
Thank you, on Erica Switzer. Go.
Woohoo! All right, I know some of you guys look at your social media notifications to tell you what kind of stupid shit you were doing 7 years ago. You know, you might have a post on there like, oh my God, Brittany is my best friend forever. Or that might be like a birthday video of you dancing to a party rock anthem. Notification decided to tell me that 12 years ago today, I was a porn reviewer.
Oh.
No fappetry, just observations, all right? And it paid pretty well. And when I got the job, I said, hey, don't give me the ghetto porn. Just because I'm Black, don't do that to me. And the very first movie they gave me, the scenes looked like they were shot in grandma's attic with like a bullet hole in the back, you know,
oh God,
70s shag rug carpet. And I called it Fucking at Mama Nims.
Woohoo!
Down Gary Hughes. Go.
Yeah. I like my porn when they cooking top ramen with Cheetos in it. And like little Debbie snacks. That really relates to me. I like my people to relate to me. If your company advertises on the back of receipt paper, you can just shut down. You're going out of business. Or you must be like a front for illegal activities. I think Donald Trump people was like, yo, look, FDR got 3 terms and he was handicapped. You should get the COVID. People gonna fucks with you. No, sorry, this is so stupid. All right, I'm done, man.
Yeah, Gary Hughes, who's next? I was doing on the other room. I'm back though.
4 turn.
Oh, where's Ian Ryland Smith? Go.
Laura just did the math.
Another thing that makes me upset about COVID is there's not going to be any Halloween parties this year. No slutty cops, no slutty doctors, no slutty robots. I'm missing out my prime years because of a disease. I could be getting so much tail. Come on, I'd be white Jesus, sexy white Jesus. Who wouldn't love that? So much tail. There's always next year, I guess. To be or not to be? That is the question. Follow-up question. Is it too late to choose not to be?
Go, Jeff Graham, go.
Right. So bipolars, we easily get addicted to things. And like, we don't just do a little, we just go all out, like I was saying earlier. I sat down and made a list of things that I've been addicted to. Clonopin, hydroxycut, kleptomania, sex, self-help tapes, Red Bull, making lists, and frosted mini wheats. And my son, he's always like, Dad, did you take my frosted mini wheats again? And I'm like running out of excuses. So if you guys have any, please let me know in the chat. But one of the toughest ones was Red Bulls and weed. And I basically just started drinking a lot of Red Bulls and I started smoking weed to balance myself out. So at a 12-step meeting, this guy came up to me and said, you used to do meth, didn't you? Because when I couldn't score meth, I would do what you're doing and drink Red Bulls and smoke weed. And I was like, Jesus. So you mean Red Bulls and, excuse me, you mean meth was the gateway drug? And I went straight to the hard shit. You know what? Red Bulls and weed is actually a gateway drug for the free coffee and donuts I'm getting at these meetings. Thank you.
Kevin, come, go.
You're muted, Kevin. Kevin, you're muted.
Enjoy it.
I got it. Sorry about that. I'm dumb. I'm the dumb one here. I am the dumb one. I'm the fourth of 5 kids, and I'm Irish Catholic. Any other Catholics here? Clap your hands if you're Catholic. Stop doing that. It sounds like sex. It's wrong. Stop clapping. It sounds like sex. All right. So as you can tell, I'm filled with unrelenting shame, or as I know it, how you communicate with everyone about everything. And it's really hard because I love other people. I truly love other people. But I feel very reluctant when anyone has uninhibited love for me. Like if you love me with no asterisk attached to it, I'm worried. Like, what am I not giving you with love? I just don't deserve it. Let me be frank. I glued my eyes shut when I was 5. I don't deserve love after that. Like I shouldn't be allowed to mini golf without adult supervision. You know what I mean? It was a banner day in the Callum household when I learned to ride a bike. Like they didn't think I was going to ride a bike after the glue eye thing. This kid ain't popping wheelies. Okay. He's sealing orifices of his body shut with adhesives. There's no way he's going down to the park by himself. That's not going to wait. He rode a bike. Jonice, get your son in here. Look at this. Look at him. Look out the window. He is riding a bike. Get him in here. Blink both eyes. Blink both eyes. All right. He's good. Give him an ice cream cone. That was my life. And that's where I am now.
Woo!
Hey, that was the fastest minute, but we did get a late arriver, and I do want to give her a set because I'm always happy to have our next comic on the show. Please welcome Pat Griffin.
Go get him, Pat.
Hey.
Are we doing 1 minute?
Oh, you can do a full set. Okay, you do a full set. Everyone, you didn't get one.
Okay, well, I used to spend my days at the comedy. I used to spend my days at the senior center and my nights at the comedy club. And well, all of comics and the seniors walk around asking the same question. How much time do I have? And when I see they give me the light, I'm wondering, I hope it's not at the end of the tunnel. Now I'm 79, and the way things are going, I'll be 85 by Christmas. My kids, they don't want me to drive the car anymore. They insist upon driving when we're in the car together. And they'll strap me in the back seat facing backwards. They call it reverse parenting. My son will text me. Oh, you like? I love it. My son will text me later tonight, and he'll say, "Mom, it's after midnight. Where are you?" Should I tell him I'm in the Tenderloin doing comedy? No. Check with your sister. She's got me on GPS. As we speak, my kids are triangulating me. And well, I forget things. I forget, like there's this woman, oh, here she comes. I know her dog's name. I know where she lives. She's my sister. Why can't I read? But anyway, and I lose things. I lose my keys, my phone, grandchildren. Thank God I found my phone. Do you ever phone your phone to find it? Well, I lost it in the sheets, but I found it in the washing machine. Costco won't take it back because it shrank. And oh yes, we found, what's his name? My grandson. He was in the dryer. But we're in quarantine now, and my sisters come to live here, and we're like arsenic and old lace. And my son is taking care of us, and he's more like Teddy Roosevelt. He comes through. We never know when he's arriving. But anyway, well, he's very strict. Very strict. One morning we snuck out and we went to the senior hour at Costco. And we did everything right. We wore our masks, our gloves. We made homemade masks. My sister cut up a pillowcase, and I found an old Speedo, my husband's old Speedo, in a drawer. Worked perfect. Anyway, with the gloves, we go and we park in the senior parking, in the handicap parking. And we walk 2.5 miles around the building to the end of the line. And this man with a bullhorn yells, "Spread 'em, seniors." And we did, but fortunately, the cart it duplicates a walker. So we get to the store, we get in, we go straight to the back of the store, and there are 3 armed guards handing out the toilet paper. So then my sister runs over to the bakery and she's getting 48 dozen banana nut muffins. And I'm yelling, we gotta get out of here. The under 60 hordes are arriving. So we got out, we made it out. And then we went to the bank. And again, we did everything right. We wore our gloves, we had our masks on, and we walked into the bank and it's not our fault. They just threw the money at us and they jumped behind the counters. So thank God, we got home. We did everything right. We washed our hands and we laundered the money. And now my son is homeschooling us in poker. And I have learned that a 3 and a 2, that's a full house, beats a straight or a flush. But a flush is no good without toilet paper. Thank you.
Woohoo! Thank you, Pat Griffin. Thank you for coming in, doing a late set. Thank everybody. Thank you for showing up, coming out, and having a good night with us. We do this every Sunday